Hello and welcome to Friday's Granada Reports. We are live across the northwest.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on tonight's programme.
The Northwest remembers the forgotten army as the country marks 80 years since victory over Japan Day.
We're with one Burma veteran who made the very special journey from the Isle of Man to the UK to attend the national commemorations.
I could almost say this is the most special day of my life. And my life of 103 years, there must be lots of other things that have passed through.
Also tonight, one of the most prolific paedophiles the CPS has ever dealt with is jailed for 31 years.
One man and his dog, legendary broadcaster Mark Radcliffe, tells us about his and Arlo's adventures in Rome.
And I'm here at the Southport Flower Show where the weather is wonderful and the gardens are gorgeous. Join me for more later on in the programme.
And it's certainly been a warm one this week, peaking on Wednesday at 31.9 degrees Celsius. What do we have in store for the weekend? All the details are coming up.
Good evening. We begin our programme from Liverpool tonight, where commemorations have been held marking victory over Japan Day, 80 years since the end of World War II.
In hamlets and villages, towns and cities, the region paused in solemn silence to honour those who gave their lives and never came home.
Well, the King and Queen led tributes to the National Memorial Arboretum today, and they were joined by a band of veterans, sadly dwindling in number.
Among them, 103-year-old James Fenton, the last surviving Burma Star recipient living on the Isle of Man.
Born in Lancashire, James was just 20 when he was deployed, and today he crossed the Irish Sea to pay his respects.
Our Isle of Man reporter Joshua Stokes was with him.
At his home on the Isle of Man, James Fenton is preparing for a very special trip.
As time has gone on, I've got more and more excited.
The 103-year-old has lived on the island for most of his life, but this week he'll embark on one of his final journeys of remembrance.
They're going to do a very special celebration down at the Arboretum, and people have been asking me, might I be interested? And I said, well, of course I would. And my handkerchiefs. I'm hoping that I'm going to see some other veterans. There can't be many, but even if they're not veterans of Burma, I'm sure we will have some veterans from other sources. Of course, I'll have my Burma hat. I'll just get that for you. And of course, this I shall wear, and these insignia are the units with which I served throughout my army life.
With machetes, they cut bamboo canes to ford a stream swollen by monsoonal rains.
James fought in what many describe as the Forgotten Army, deployed in Burma at the age of 20 and fighting with the 178 Field Regiment of the Royal Artillery. These days, at 103 years old, James rarely leaves the island, but this was too good of an opportunity to miss.
Hello.
Oh, James, is it?
Good morning.
How are you?
Well, Oh, fine. I like your fancy bow.
Thank you. It's very pretty, isn't it? I love the tartan.
James is flying to Birmingham, invited as a special guest to the VJ Day commemorations at the National Memorial Arboretum, receiving VIP treatment every step of the way.
It's a privilege to meet you, sir. Oh, likewise, it's a pleasure.
It's a journey that has seen him travel over 200 miles before arriving in Staffordshire for the main event. Inside, a gathering of the last remaining veterans and an opportunity for James to meet with royalty, making sure he gives them his very own special offer.
Invitations, hoping that we will come in the very near future and visit our land, and we will most be welcoming.
Before reflecting one final time on an unforgettable journey. What a special day it's been. How are you feeling now?
You mention a special day. I could almost say this is the most special day of my life, and my life of 103 years, there must be lots of other things that have passed through. Meeting the King was wonderful. Meeting the Queen was wonderful. But today is so magnificent.
A fitting tribute to those who are left, while also remembering those who made the ultimate sacrifice, and concluding a long journey for James after a trip he'll never forget. Joshua Stokes, ITV News.
And if you missed any of our pieces commemorating VJ Day, you can find them all on a special rail on our website. Just head over to itv.com/Granada.
Well, in other news today, and all services at Manchester Airport were temporarily halted this morning after 2 EasyJet planes clipped wings while taxiing to the runway. The 2 planes returned to the terminal where replacement aircraft were found. The airport is now running as normal, but passengers have been warned they may experience some delays.
A driver who mowed down a pregnant student and killed her unborn baby boy in Lancashire has been jailed for 13 years. Renju Joseph was struck by a car driven at high speed by 20-year-old Ashir Shahid as she walked on a zebra crossing in the village of Bamber Bridge in September last year. Preston Crown Court was told Shahid was thought to have been travelling between 58 and 71 miles per hour at the time in a 30 zone.
The Chief Operating Officer of Salford Red Devils has quit after accusing the owners of asking her to sleep with a rugby official. In a post online yesterday, Claire Bradbury said she was told sleeping with an RFL boss would help smooth things over after the league ordered them to sell more players. The club says it condemns inappropriate behaviour and will launch an investigation. Well, in the last hour, Sunday's game has been called off after the club said it had significant concerns regarding player welfare.
Well, next, and a paedophile described as one of the North West's most prolific has been jailed for 31 years.
Yes, William Woods was convicted of 57 sexual and physical abuse charges at Chester Crown Court.
It heard the football coach from Congleton groomed and intimidated children and teenagers from the 70s to 2006.
The 67-year-old is likely to spend the rest of his life behind bars. Anna Connor was at court for us.
There were gasps and hugs and tears in the public gallery, but no reaction from William Woods as he was jailed. The 67-year-old then struggled to climb into the prison van, taking him to start more than 30 years in jail for 30 years of abusing sexually and physically 6 boys and 2 girls around Northwich and Crewe, dating back to 1976. The judge said no sentence could reflect his depravity, and victims read statements to court saying that he had destroyed their childhood, leaving them with anguish and shame that wasn't their fault. Police and prosecutors have praised those victims for their bravery coming forward. Some of them have waited almost 50 years to see Woods face justice.
William Woods is a prolific paedophile. He's still denying that he has a sexual interest in children, which is just, the judge has completely dismissed that today. He's manipulative and he'll do whatever he wants. He'll do whatever he can to get whatever he wants. Controlling, grooming, manipulative, threatening these complainants. It's just, the list of adjectives that are negative goes on.
I do this job for the victims, and that's why I've been doing it for so long. I come to work every day for them and do what I do for them, and it is difficult, but if I can get a result like today, it's worth it.
The court was told Woods was dismissed from the army in 1983 for disgraceful conduct when it was found he'd sexually assaulted a younger recruit, and he was jailed for 15 years in 2006 for more sex offences on 3 other young boys. Poignantly, one victim, now in his 40s, told the court today that seeing William Woods jailed meant he could say to his younger self, "It's over now, you can go, I'll take it from here." If he lives to serve his sentence, William Woods wouldn't be eligible for release until he's 98.
Anna Connor reporting from Chester Crown Courts today. Well, next, and broadcaster Mark Radcliffe and his new travel book with A Difference.
Yeah, Mark spent 3 months in Rome with his wife Bella, who's illustrated the book, but the real star is Mark's Cavapoo dog, Arlo.
Yeah, much of the book features Arlo's musings on what he sees and thinks of the Eternal City.
Well, the book is called Et Cavapoo, and Mark and Arlo came in a little earlier. He charmed everyone in the office, didn't he, to chat about it with Tim Scott.
We've always loved Rome. I think you can make a very strong case for it being the greatest city in the world, and it seemed the obvious place, really.
I was going to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, then, are you a 10 when it comes to Rome?
Very much so.
Love
yeah.
the place.
I mean, I just think it's the greatest free show on earth, really. You can just walk round and every corner looks like a Caravaggio painting or a scene from a Fellini film.
Had you intended to go with the intention of writing a book, or did that come afterwards? How did that work?
You know, we just didn't really have an idea, but Bella wanted to do some painting and some drawing. That's what she does. Yeah. And I started going out and keeping a diary of like things we'd seen, because I started walking around with Arlo here, who seems to be so relaxed he's gone to sleep. Yeah. And thinking, what does it look like to a little dog? You know, to a Cavapoo? Because from his point of view, what we think are amazing colour remains, to his point of view, it's just some stones, just piles of stones. Right. The best day he had, he writes about in the book, was being off the lead in a local park, and it was an unremarkable, scrubby little local park, but that's what he likes. I wanted him to approach things with a very sort of childlike wonder. Yes. So when he's approaching St. Peter's, he said, today we approached a big building with a bobble hat on it. Yeah. And it does look like that. Yeah. I'm sure that they weren't after that in the Renaissance. I don't think they'd invented the bobble hat in the Renaissance, but I mean, you know, I wanted him to have a childlike, open-eyed wonder about things. Yes. And obviously I don't speak Italian, Bella does. Right. And I don't speak Italian, so...
was she having to translate 24/7?
Yeah, so I'd only got her word for it, that was what they were saying. So when she's saying to me, they think you've had enough beer now. I'd only got her word for that was what she was telling me.
When you were on the table with your underpants on your head, was that, yeah?
Thankfully it doesn't get to that stage, but yeah.
I've never been to Rome, but reading it did G you up. You thought, oh, I'd love to go that. I'd love to see that. And was that part of the intention to translate your love of the city for people who are reading it?
I think it is a love letter to the city of Rome. I'm not a historian. There's nothing I can tell you about the Colosseum that you can't Google in 30 seconds. Of course. Or certainly, if you really want to know, there are books by experts about that kind of thing. But I do think that, and I very much hope that if you read it, that you would get a feel for the place. Yes. You know, I do think it gives you the atmosphere. Yeah. And so, even though it is kind of fun and a lot of jokes and the daft conversation between me and the dog, you know, the backdrop is that it's a serious love letter to Rome, and I hope people get that out of it.
You're doing a show at Band on the Wall tonight.
We're on at 7:30, so we do a chat about the book. Arlo's there. We take some questions from the audience, and then we do some signing. And Arlo's got a special bespoke paw print stamp that he does in the book.
Brilliant, brilliant. Arlo, Mark, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Nice to see you.
Oh, lovely.
Look
How
at
cute is
him.
Arlo? And look, I know you're about to go on your hollybobs to Portugal. Very nice. So I got you a copy of the book for your readings when you're by the pool. Enjoy.
I think, given the fact that I'll be going with 3 kids, it's a bit optimistic. I might get the back cover. But thank you.
Okay. Anyway, time for sport now. And the wait is over as it's the return of the Premier League. David, it's the champions Liverpool kicking it off tonight.
Yeah, that's right. 82 days after they were coronated as the English champions in May, Liverpool start the defence of their crown at home to Bournemouth tonight. The Reds boss Arne Slot believes winning the title for a second year in a row will be an even harder challenge for his side. Well, there are plenty of highs and lows awaiting all 5 of our top flight teams as the Premier League returns. Liverpool were the dominant team in the Premier League last season, winning their title in Arne Slot's debut season. They've spent in excess of £300 million to strengthen over the summer, knowing repeating that success will be an even bigger challenge.
To win it once is already very special, let alone if you can win it twice in 3, 4, 5 years, or as we did twice in 5 years, and City did even better than us in the last few years. And probably this year it's going to be harder than every year before, because every team brings in new players, but our main competitors definitely did as well.
Manchester City finished without a trophy for the first time since Pep Guardiola's first season at the club 8 years ago. After a shortened pre-season due to the Club World Cup, they start away at Wolves.
We are ready to enjoy the good moments and bounce back as soon as possible at once. I cannot assure you, but the signals is, we'll be better. But maybe it can be worse. Who never knows.
Well, reaching the final of the Europa League in Bilbao was the high point for Manchester United fans last season. Despite defeat in that and their worst top-flight finish in 50 years, new signings and a full pre-season for Ruben Amorim gives reason to have hope ahead of a tough opener at home against Arsenal.
I'm really more confident, that is clear. I'm more confident in this moment. But again, we cannot change everything in 4 weeks. But step by step, we are going to be a better team. But of course, I'm more confident.
Everton's fans will have to wait until next week for their first competitive game at the new Hill Dickinson Stadium, but they could get a first glimpse of new signing Jack Grealish when they face Leeds on Monday.
Looks the same, big calves. Yeah, looks the same. My aim is to get Jack in positions where he can be creative for us and score goals and assist with goals. It's a big challenge for Jack as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he responds to it.
Newly promoted Burnley go to Tottenham tomorrow, hoping a strong team bond built from their promotion campaign will provide strong foundations to build their Premier League survival ambitions.
There's a very good team spirit and you just feel like a family and everyone is welcomed and everyone is pushing each other, and I think that's something that the manager has created and it was there before, but I would say it's more now as well.
But Liverpool are the favourites to once again lift the trophy, but this Premier League season will have many twists and turns before the next winners are crowned come May. Well, as well as a big weekend of football, there's a big game in Super League tonight between the top two. Wigan Warriors take on the league leaders Hull KR in a repeat of last year's grand final.
Everyone knows when it come these kind of games this end of the year. Everyone's aware of what's at stake. I think building towards the playoffs, the best chance you've got, every team's got, is to go in playing well.
Being the benchmark team this year and deserve to be where they are in the league, so I want to play against the best teams every week, and especially in a packed house that's going to be on Friday. It's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, Warrington boosted their chances of making the playoffs with a dramatic home win over the Catalan Dragons. The Wolves were trailing by 16 points at one stage, but produced a second-half comeback to beat the French side 30 points to 22.
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsor of the Granada Sport Report.
Well, next tonight to the basketball hopefuls who've headed to the northwest with dreams of playing in the world's top league, the NBA. The best young talent from across 28 countries in Europe gathered at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Bellevue this week to be coached by legendary players and coaches. Well, off the back of the announcement that Manchester will have its first ever regular season NBA match in 2027. The city was also chosen to host this prestigious Basketball Without Borders camp. The former Manchester Giants and NBA champion winning head coach Nick Nurse was one of the big names attending, and among the talents on show were two local players hoping to impress.
Being coached by NBA coaches is like the best feeling of all time. Like getting coached by the best players, like it's been amazing so far. Yeah.
Is this like a dream come true so far?
A dream come true.
This is my hometown. Like I love the way they set everything up. It's amazing to be able to publicise Manchester and British basketball like this, to be able to host this event. It really does bring light to basketball in England.
It was a long time ago when I was here. I hate to think of how many years, 25 years plus, I think. But loved my time here. We had a great run with the team. Obviously back seeing lots of friends and familiar places. It's been real interesting.
Yeah, Nick's been making the most of his time back in Manchester. He's even paid a visit to Pep Guardiola. Manchester City posted this picture of the two title-winning coaches at training. I'm not sure how basketball, football works, hands, feet. No, don't get it mixed up. Don't get it mixed up.
It's going to be emotional at Anfield tonight, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Return of the Premier League, but also it's the first time that they're going to pay tribute in a competitive game to Diogo Jota and his brother, Andre Silva, who obviously died in a car crash, sadly, last month. There's going to be a minute's silence ahead of the game, and there's also going to be players wearing black armbands, and that minute's silence is going to be taking place across all Premier League games this weekend as well, so as football continues to pay tribute.
OK, David, thanks so much. Now, how are your green fingers?
Not very good.
Are you like me and you just struggle to keep your potted plants alive, especially in this heat? Well, luckily, in Southport, the annual flower show is in full swing with a host of experts who are on hand to help out.
Yeah, around 50,000 visitors are expected at Victoria Park over the course of the 4-day event. That's now been going for 101 years. And this year's theme is health and well-being.
Well, as well as the spectacular show gardens, the cookery demonstrations and exhibitions, there's also a children's trail and even a scarecrow festival.
Live now to Southport, where Emma Sweeney spends the day. Hello, Emma.
Hi, Gamal. I don't know how you are at gardening, but I'm with Katie. I'm not so good, to be honest. I like to dabble, don't get me wrong, but unless I've got flowers that are indestructible, it all goes a little bit wrong for me. That is not the same, though, for those people behind the Southport Flowers Show. I want to bring in Alan Adams, who is the general manager here. It's been my first day here today, and I've been absolutely blown away. Could you just start, Alan, by telling us about this spectacle here to the side of us?
Well, the garden behind you, Emma, is the best show garden in the show, this year's Southport Flower Show, won by James Comish, and also holder now of the famous Brockhouse Trophy. It's gorgeous.
It's so colourful, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. Tell me how long it would take to put a garden like this together.
Yeah, it will take about 3 weeks.
Wow.
The landscapers have been here since the 21st of July, and we were judged literally 2 days before the show, and yeah, nearly 3 weeks.
So impressive, and it's one of a number of award-winning gardens, isn't it, along this strip?
Yeah, we've got about 13 show gardens down here, various trophies on offer. We have 10 community gardens on the other side of the showground. But that's just the show gardens here. Plenty more to do at the Southport Flower Show.
Yeah, and last year was your 100th anniversary. You had 50,000 visitors. Are you expecting the same numbers this year? Or?
Well, if the weather continues like it has done last 2 days, then hopefully, yeah, we'll exceed that this weekend.
And you hinted there, you said it's not just about gardens and just about flowers. There's a lot more going on, isn't there?
Certainly is. Southport Flower Show is more about a family day out, really. Obviously, we've got fantastic flowers, ground floor displays, but we've got something for everybody. We've got a children's trail this year, which is new. We have alpacas coming. We've got music, entertainment, cookery, celebrity guests and celebrity chefs as well.
Well, talking about those celebrity guests, earlier on I managed to catch up with Toya Wilcox, fantastic singer, of course, and presenter. She did a question and answer session, and afterwards I asked her how gardening and music go together.
I think gardening and music is complementary. It's so brilliant because you're sitting in a garden and everything changes daily. The sun changes, the heat, the temperature changes, but you hear bees, you see butterflies, you see dragonflies, gorgeous birds. It brings life to you, and that is so inspiring.
Well, Toya Wilcox isn't the only one who enjoys a little bit of gardening, or indeed the Southport Flower Show. I managed to catch up with some of the punters here a little earlier on.
Do you know, I think it's about everybody coming together and wanting a good time. That's the really nice thing about it. Everybody's here to have a lovely time, and everybody is. There's something for everyone.
When you walk around, you see how much effort people have put into the displays. It's absolutely wonderful to see.
It's been wonderful. I've been coming for years. And it's always wonderful. The sun, I don't remember coming in the rain, so the sun must have always shone.
Now then, there are a couple of days left to enjoy this festival. Alan, if people are watching from home, they want to get involved, what do they do?
They can buy a ticket now from our website, southportflowershow.co.uk, or pay on the gate, and children under 16 are free.
Just very quickly, somebody at home who might be a little bit suspicious, maybe they don't know if they want to come, what would you say in a word?
Oh, I mean, you've got to come. We've got it all. The largest independent flower show in the UK, lots of things to do for the family, just a great day out.
Oh, listen, thank you so much for talking to us. Well, the sun has been shining here today, but the question is, will it stay for the weekend? Here's Jo with the forecast.
Why do I need a shower? I've been out in the rain.
The faster you go, the sooner you'll be out. You'll save water too.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thank you. A very good evening to you. The weekend is here. The outlook is fine and settled weather-wise for us here in the northwest, with no real rain in the forecast, even as we look towards the beginning of next week. Temperatures will continue to be above average, but not feeling as hot as it has done in recent days. With high pressure dominating, fine conditions continue through the weekend and the beginning of next week, with warm nights and plenty of sunshine for our part of the world each day. Back to this afternoon and into this evening, we're beginning to see a little bit of mistiness forming over the next few hours or so. For the Lakeland Fells, the Pennines, maybe a bit of low cloud. But for many of us, it's a clear and dry night to come. And another warm one, 15 or 16 Celsius, with a very gentle breeze across the region before tomorrow morning. On to the details for tomorrow. The sun will be up at 5:50, setting at 8:39 tomorrow evening. Saturday will start on a dry and sunny note for most of us. Any residual low cloud and mistiness on the tops of the hills lifts really quickly, revealing blue skies, lots of warm sunshine, a little bit of fair weather cloud bubbling up at times through the afternoon, but staying fine and warm. 25 Celsius our top temperature tomorrow, with those very light winds. Again, a bit of mistiness perhaps at times tomorrow night, but that lifts really promptly on Sunday morning. And then it's another blue sky day, plenty of sunshine to be had to end the weekend, and feeling warm by day. A continuation of this theme into the new week. A fine start on Monday and feeling warm with lots of sunshine for the northwest of England and the Isle of Man. Gradually through next week, temperatures will ease down a touch, but the outlook is essentially dry.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
And that's all we've got time for on tonight's Granada Reports. But before we go, I just want to wish you a very happy birthday for tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful holiday. I'm really looking forward to my break, so it's going to be great for you.
Your break from me? You're so cheeky. No birthday cake for you. That's it for us tonight. Have a very lovely weekend. And we'll leave you this beautiful shot of Southport Flower Show in the sunshine. Good night.